All right.
Oh man, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yesterday was like a panic day. Just full
Oh, oh no,
just
what
stress
happened?
mode. Oh, well, we looked at the budget and like haven't ticked away as much at that as we should have. And then and then we're like auditioning photographers. So my
Oh
inbox
yeah,
is it's the most emails I've had in a while. And I get stressed when my inbox is too full.
I don't like that.
When I know it's not clean, it's super stressful. So like every 5 minutes was like a new email from a photographer. So just doing that. So yesterday was like a clean up email, panic, worry about the budget day.
So, do you have one now?
We got it narrowed down to 2 people. Yeah.
Okay,
Did a
that's
couple
good.
phone interviews. There's this fella named Tim, and then this lady named Emily. So we'll see.
Are you for real?
Mm-hmm.
Is that really their names?
Yeah, yeah.
Tim and Emily?
Yeah.
So
I'm
my
serious.
name and my fiance's name? Are you like for real right now?
Yeah, I just realized that.
That's
no,
crazy.
Yeah, that's very true. We
Oh.
narrowed it down to Tim and Emily. Look
Well,
at the stars aligning.
You can't go wrong with either option, I think.
We got to get them both.
Tim fella sounds great.
It's actually you. You're like your pseudonym, or like you're doing photography.
It's
on the
me.
side.
I got photography side, and I put my belt in the hat.
Yeah.
Or my hat in the belt, whatever.
I put my belt in the ring and
Put
my hat in the
my
belt.
belt in the ring, and my hat, and my flip flops, and all of it. Yeah.
But I'm doing good, man. We're doing good. It's we're just doing it.
Nice.
We're almost there. How you doing?
I'm good, man. We haven't really done too much. We're in that like phase where the big things are done, and it's too early to start doing the little things. But we're just like talking. So like, went to my boy Lorenzo's wedding this past
forgot
weekend
about that.
in Phoenix.
Yes.
Yeah. So I actually recorded, interviewed him a little bit. So
Oh.
we'll play that a little later.
Yeah, we got to hear that.
But so just like being at weddings now, like I look at it with like a whole new lens. It's like before I was engaged and before I even thought about it, I was just turning up and enjoying myself. And now it's like, oh, okay, look at the tables. Look at the progression of like the ceremony. Look at the transition, the cocktail hour. And we're just looking at a lot of stuff like the rehearsal dinner. So it was cool. Like we were just talking through a lot of stuff about how we want ours to kind of go and getting a feel for it and just getting ideas and just taking all of that in and just talking about it. So
That's how I watch movies. I went to film school and I like make stuff. So when I watch a movie, it's like it's almost breaking it down. So that's how you go to the weddings now.
yeah, that's how I go to weddings now.
Yeah. And from here on out. And
From
you
here on out.
both went, you and him.
Yeah, we both went.
And you're the best man.
I was the best man.
That's a lot of responsibility, man.
Man,
That's
it-
a lot of work.
it was good. It was good. Like they had a lot of it already planned out, so I didn't need to do a lot day of. But I know like when he gave me the 2 rings, he's like, "Here you go, bro." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I got your rings in my hand." So when they like, "Oh, can we have the rings, please?" Like that's me. Like I'm up.
You're like, oh.
Up. Put me in the game, coach. I'm up. I'm ready.
How'd you hand him over? Was it
So
2 hand cups? Was it?
So I actually had both rings in the 2 ring cases. So the pockets were pretty full.
Got
so I
it.
brought it out and I whispered something to his ear, just say, "Hey bro, this is it. Congrats, man, you made it."
Yeah.
And then I handed him the rings. He was like, "Thanks, bro."
Wow.
So yeah.
That
It
is
was-
the
it was-
most brotherly thing.
Man, right?
Period.
It was cool.
The other day, I won't admit this in public or even in front of my fiance, but I was watching grooms crying, a compilation on YouTube, just different videos of guys crying as the bride walked down the aisle.
Yeah.
Just to do that. I don't know.
That's fine.
Yeah, just to get in the mode, I guess. I won't admit that. But did he tear up? Did he?
I
One of those guys?
So it was hard for me to tell actually.
Yeah.
So when she was walking down, I was looking back and forth. I was looking at her and I was looking at him. And the sun was in our eyes where we were standing. So luckily all of the groomsmen, we all agreed
That
to
was
wear
smart of him.
sunglasses. Yeah, we all agreed to wear sunglasses. So we all had sunglasses on. So we were fine. But he didn't, obviously. So I was looking at his eyes though, and it was like, I don't know if that's just the sun reflecting really like, brightly, or like he was like,
Little glint in there.
yeah, no
Yeah.
like tear dropped, but it looked like they got a little water.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll ask him later. But
I remember my brother Larry got married. I ain't gonna cry. Crying is for suckers, man. Punks cry. And one tear like dripped down his face, and I just exploded. Like,
oh
I'm
man.
a nasty crier. I'm not a good crier. That's why I don't want to do it.
See, that's the thing. Like, okay, and I've been thinking about this. When Amanda walks down the aisle, do you think you're gonna cry?
So just in case I don't, I've been prepping her for a while. I said, I love you, and even if I don't cry, it doesn't mean I don't love you. And I joke around a lot about it. I joke around like I've seen the dress, and I joke around like I'm not gonna cry. I don't know, man. We'll see.
You saw the dress?
It's just no, it's a joke. It's been in
Oh,
our closet.
I was about to say,
yeah,
what? You just said this on
Right.
air?
No,
Oh my gosh.
that's how I joke around because like between Taylor, she'll keep it in the closet and I'll act like I seen it. I'm like, it's such a pretty dress, babe. It fits you great. She's like, shut up, you haven't seen it. But I did get a little teary out of watching those guys cry on YouTube the other night.
That's how I am. Like when I see people cry, like
I think that's what
I
it is.
lose it.
It's like vomiting. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna cry.
You're definitely gonna cry.
I probably will.
You're definitely gonna cry.
Not even because like I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy, but just like I don't know, I just randomly.
What do you think it is about that moment that makes guys cry? I mean, part of it is just like that's mine, coming down. This thing we worked so hard, we built it. But that's part of it. Is that part of it is like you're in front of people. It's an overwhelming experience. All your family's there.
Yeah.
People are looking at you. It's something that will only happen one time, presumably.
Yeah, ideally.
So it's like ideally. So it's part sentiment. It's part the experience. Like, what is it you think that makes guys cry?
This is what I think. I think that the moment she walks down the aisle and the guy sees her, he starts crying because he knows that he will never be with another woman again, and he's out the game, and he's crying because all of the other women out there in the world are finally off limits to him. And he's like, no, this is the end. I'm done. I can't do it anymore. I'm out the game.
Right.
And then they just cry because like one last tear. It's like pouring stuff for the dead homies. Like,
Yeah.
I'm crying for all the women I could have been.
one cry for the homies, so the tears hit the ground.
Exactly. Like, oh, this is it. I'm done. I know, and I'm just playing. But I think like,
He's like, no, I'm just serious.
I'm just serious. No, I mean I think you're right. Like beautiful first time you see him in that gown, probably if you don't do a first look, and
which we're not gonna do. I told her that's the only way you're gonna get me to cry is if we don't do that first.
We're
look.
doing a first look.
See, I feel like if I did a first look, I'm not gonna cry at the altar. So I'm gonna.
Do you want to cry at the altar? Like that's something you're
She wants me to cry.
She wants you to cry.
She's like, you're gonna cry. I want you to cry.
Oh, I need you to cry.
Yeah. And I said, well, the only way the best chances of me crying is if we don't do that first look. Because to me, part of me feels like that's part of it. Like when you see them for the first time, if you do a first look, I just figure like it might not be true, but I feel like I'd be less likely to cry if I saw her before the ceremony.
I hope so, because I don't want to cry. So I'm glad we're doing the first look.
I think you're going to cry regardless. Like you could have done like 5 first looks. You
probably. I mean, the only reason we're even doing a first look is because like, and I kind of experienced this during the cocktail hour. That's usually when people go and take their pictures. But like we really want to use it as an opportunity to like, mingle with guests and just like kind of talk to people.
That's what we were talking about the other day.
And we don't want like, the full hour in between the ceremony and the reception, just us somewhere else taking pictures and then everyone else just kind of sitting around or standing around during cocktail hour,
that's really
having
smart.
fun. That's the only reason we're doing it, and just so we can like have those pictures with family and with the bridesmaids and the groomsmen before, so we can enjoy the cocktail hour with the people. That's the only reason. But I mean, like either way, like there's no wrong way.
Yeah, I guess it's either or.
Yeah, I hope I don't cry.
No, you could have the wedding. You could do the ceremony and then do it again right after, and you'd cry. You'd still cry.
I love you that much, Emma. Hope this gives me some brownie points. All right.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, basically. I think that's what it is. You have brownie points forever.
Yeah,
you
exactly. I'm like, hey, you remember that one time I cried? You're
hey,
welcome. You did that. You should feel good about yourself.
Every time you're in trouble. It's like twice a month for me. It's like, hey, babe, you remember I cried at the
remember that time
wedding?
I cried?
Okay, cool.
I sent the pictures. You see it? Yeah, it's cool. But so, at Lorenzo's wedding, since yours is a lot closer, I drafted some questions for you that I thought about.
Okay.
And they're just like logistical, because I actually want to know.
I can answer those. I can do those.
Okay, so.
I got nervous for a second.
No. The night before.
We do the show live, everybody.
It's true.
We don't plan it.
There's no prep.
I mean, we plan it, but we don't there's no pre-interview. We don't go over this. It's all live, so I get nervous when Tim be whipping out stuff. I'm like, oh,
it's on my phone too. So I've been thinking about this. Okay,
all right.
So the night before, where are you going to be?
Okay, so one of my best friends from my hometown, he just moved to LA to help me start this production company, and he got the apartment next door. Okay. So he's got an empty apartment for this month. So so the bachelor party and then also the wedding. Oh wait, you're talking about the wedding?
Yeah,
I'm thinking bachelor party.
No.
The bachelor party, we're gonna be in our 2 apartments next to each other. The wedding, that's a good question. I think all the guys might be with me in my apartment. Amanda's gonna be off with her family.
So all the guys are gonna spend the night in your apartment?
I think so. Yeah, that's how the last wedding I went to. That's how we did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you getting to the wedding?
Somebody's gonna have to drive.
Uber? One of the guys driving their cars?
Yeah, I feel like someone's gonna get a rental, like a Tahoe or a truck or something. Because we live like 10 minutes down the road, so we're probably gonna drive all together.
How is Amanda getting there?
No idea. I don't even know where. I think her family got an Airbnb up the hill from where we live.
Okay.
And they all, oh man, they're flying too. They're also going to drive. I will say this. We were looking at getting like a group Lyft code for that weekend. So that everybody, and we put money in and then everybody could access that credit and take Lyfts or whatever. But, dang, these are good questions.
Yeah. These are all things I thought about.
Yeah, I have
this
not
weekend.
thought about these.
Like, is she going to take a limo? Is anybody taking a limo? How, like, after the wedding, what are you going off in?
Yeah, we're going to walk down the street.
Walk down the street to back to your apartment?
Seriously, she wants to just like continue the party, so we're going to walk down York. And by we, you all too.
Yeah.
We're going to walk down York to the bars and just like do a bar walk. In her gown, in our tuxes.
For real?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you don't need a limo after?
No, I don't think so.
Just going to walk.
Yeah.
Okay, that first night, where are y'all spending the night?
At the place we all at home.
You going back home?
Yeah, we're going back home.
You're not doing like a hotel that night or anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We're pretty much spent at this point.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I get that.
So we're just gonna go home. And she took like her 2 weeks off immediately after the wedding. So we'll probably go home, and then we might head off to Italy a day or two after. Yeah.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah. I'm excited about that. I'm a huge. Some of my favorite film is like Italian cinema, so like I'd love to visit some of these ancient spots in Italy. And she loves northern Italy too. So.
Okay. Are you gonna have any of your groomsmen or your best men do anything for you that week before? Is there anything they need to take care of?
I don't think so. Regarding their responsibilities, like one thing I need to get done is when they come in town for the bachelor party, I want to get everybody fitted and I want to get their suits. I want that to be my gift to them. I want to buy their suits. So we need to do that so we all look uniform. And then I think we're gonna need help, like some manual labor, like day of, like finishing decorating and maybe throwing some stuff out at the end of the night. But I think that's the extent of their responsibilities.
Okay.
Off the top of my head.
You sounds like you're prepared.
Well, it just sounds like that. It only sounds like that.
No, those are just like things that I thought about. I'm like, man, like how am I gonna get there? Like where am I gonna stay?
Well, how far is your venue from your home? You all live separately, so you're definitely showing up separately.
Yeah. That's a good question. Where is my venue? Oh yeah, no, yeah,
in Koreatown.
Yeah, Koreatown, and I'm in the South Bay area, so
it's a long drive.
It's a long drive. That's the thing. Like I don't know, like majority of my groomsmen are LA based. So like, are they just gonna stay at their houses?
Right.
2 of them are out of state. So like, are they getting here? Like I'm assuming they're getting here the day before. So like, do they need a place to crash? Are
like
we all going to a hotel room,
yeah.
Airbnb? I don't know.
Hotel. It'd have to be a huge hotel room.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
how many groomsmen do you have?
6.
Yeah, so 7 guys total, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot in one room.
So I don't.
And you have a house.
I do.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know. They can crash in my spot. I don't
Right.
know. But then like, are we driving there?
I will say the last wedding I went
I don't
to,
know.
it was helpful to have all the guys in one spot, just because like somebody was lining people up and giving haircuts, and somebody was like fixing ties and cufflinks.
That's how we did one of my homeboys. Yeah.
Yeah?
Jason. We all like, luckily we had like a suite, like a big suite, like a big living room, a little middle kind of dining room area, and then like the bedroom. So we all crashed there, and we all like. I like the idea of like all waking up and getting breakfast, and then like all getting dressed together and making sure everybody's good. So I like that. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I need to figure out.
Yeah, it's a lot. And then where are you all staying the wedding night?
I think we're gonna find a hotel. I don't think I want to just go back to my house. I don't know. See, we don't. I'm telling you, I'm taking notes from yours. I'm like, as you're answering, I'm like typing them up. Like, oh, good idea. Bar crawl afterwards.
Yeah,
okay.
That's funny.
So I don't know. I think we'll do like a hotel or something like that. Keep the night special. Keep it going. Instead of going home like, oh,
And
all right. I'm not trying to watch Netflix on my first night married. Like, oh, hey, you gonna go
What'd
home
you
just
do?
watch Netflix?
Well, kids, we got on Netflix, and you know what they say, we Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chilled.
You all's honeymoon is after, right? Because you have to work.
Yeah. So it's during our spring break. So we'll put the tail end of our spring break. So we're gonna put the honeymoon on the summer.
Nice.
Once we're both kind of downtime off.
You need that. You want to enjoy it, you know?
Yeah.
You don't want to be working and.
Yeah. Exactly.
Do you know where you're going?
No, we have like ideas, and I think I
Yeah.
shared them before. Want to do like Italy,
Yeah.
that cobblestone road, go to somebody's house and make some pasta. But
Knock on strangers' doors.
yeah, like it's a me, a Tim.
It's a me, Tim.
It's a me, a Tim.
Get out of here.
Who's this guy? It's a big black guy. Am I
You'd be
doing?
bigger than you'd be taller than everybody there.
Probably.
Look up. Ah, get out.
So yeah, So yeah, we don't know yet.
The possibilities are endless. Ooh, a cruise.
Yeah.
You ever done a cruise?
No, but I've done an all-inclusive resort, and that was amazing.
Where?
Jamaica.
Oh, really?
That was really fun. First of all, they were so nice. Like, those people were...
I've heard Jamaicans are nice.
Like,
I've heard they're not... Yeah.
The staff members are just super nice. Like, oh, what do you need? How can I help you? And then it's like everything there, it's not free, but like, it's like you already pay for it ahead of time. So like, it's like everything once you get there is free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I took a cruise once. We went to Ensenada and everything was not free.
Oh.
You paid for it and then you paid for everything while you got there. Yeah, it was a Carnival cruise. It was all right.
I recommend all-inclusive resorts. They're really
that
nice.
sounds great.
It's amazing. Like multiple pools you can swim up to the bar.
What?
Like, yeah, it's a lot. Like the only thing we had to pay for once we were there, like excursions off the resort. So like we did like river tubing down like a mountain down the river. We had to pay for that.
That sounds insane, by the way.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's a hell no for me. But
this is because I feel very intimate to our audience, whoever they are listening.
Me too. We feel very intimate with y'all.
Very close to you.
About to be insider information.
I'm gonna share something very embarrassing right now. It's like I can't swim, so.
Oh, that's not embarrassing. A lot of people can't swim.
Yeah, it's true. I hate to feed into that stereotype,
I can't swim.
But it's true.
It's very true of me.
I feel like 87% of black people can't swim.
I'd be comfortable putting my money on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have the. I didn't have the opportunity to growing up. We didn't have to. Didn't live on a lake. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to.
Yeah.
Had no reason to swim.
No.
Didn't
And
go
then
to the pool.
the beach by my house when growing up was not nice. It was not clean. So we just
didn't want to swim in that.
We didn't want to swim in that. So, yes, I was terrified. I was like, yo, am I gonna be okay? He was like, yeah, don't jump out. Some parts are shallow, so just don't jump out. But like, it's cool. They have like employees that are in the river tube with y'all going down, and they kind of hold the group together, and it was great. It was a great experience. But then like Emily and our other friend, couple friend that went, they went ziplining, while me and my boy Jason, we went golfing. And we paid for off. Golfing. So you pay for off resort things like that, and it was just amazing, man. It was dope. But everything else is like all the food, all the drinks, all the restaurant, everything.
That's why you got to sneak the drinks in. That's what we did when we went on a cruise. We snuck it into a Listerine bottle.
Oh.
Yeah. Took a little like a box cutter and cut the cellophane so it didn't look like it was cut, and then poured the liquor in there, and then put the cap back on. The downside is the liquor tasted like mouthwash, but didn't have to pay for liquor that weekend.
Didn't have to pay for liquor that weekend. That's funny.
So go tubing, don't zip line, and then sneak your liquor into a Listerine bottle when you go on a resort or a cruise.
Yeah.
Moral of the story. Oh, I know what I was going to ask you.
What's up?
Do you know your love language? Amanda sent me an email. She sent me an email the other day. I had to take the love test, and it's like acts of service, gifts, quality time, touching, and there's two more. Let me pull it up.
Oh.
But do any of those like sound familiar? Like,
yeah.
What
so
do you think you are out of those?
When I was teaching, our administrators asked the staff, like the whole staff, and we had to fill out a survey like, what's your love language? Are you like a physical touch person? Like, do you want a hug or high five? Are you just words of affirmation? Do you want quality time in? Like, so they asked us all of this, and I was like, I don't know. I'm all of the above. I like to be touched during quality time. That's both in one? I don't know. But
yeah, you do seem like you're all of them.
I really think I'm all of them.
You're just a big, lovely
It was
person.
really hard for me to fill out that survey and pick which one.
All right, to clarify, it's quality. These are the different things.
Yep.
Quality time.
Okay.
Receiving gifts. Physical touch. Words of affirmation. Acts of service. Amanda she scored the highest on quality time and receiving gifts.
Okay.
Which is very true.
Yeah.
And I think people do I think people do what they want. So like if your significant other cooks all the time, then they probably want to be cooked for. Like because Amanda gets me gifts all the time because that's her love language. She gets me gifts. So, and then I cook or provide acts of service. That's my love language. So I think people do what they subconsciously prefer.
Emily loves quality time. She loves quality time. I'd be interested to take that quiz and see if I'm actually right about that. But I think I know her pretty well.
If you had to choose two for her, what's the other one?
Okay.
Receiving gifts, physical touch, words of affirmation, or acts of service.
I'm gonna go
I'm gonna double down on the quality time.
I'm a little scared. But she's like, no, I wouldn't do that one. I'm like, my bad. I'm gonna go. I mean, I think obviously multiple of those apply to her, but I'm gonna go quality time and words of affirmation.
I see. I think that's me. No. I would be words of affirmation and physical touch. Those are my two. Mm-hmm. And then what were yours? Quality time and
Physical touch.
Quality time and physical touch. Yeah, so we're all over the board.
Yeah. It's good. That's why whenever we hang out together as couples, it's always a fun time.
Mm-hmm. Which we need to plan. Like,
yeah,
the next
when's the next
day.
time? Remember, so for a while, Eugene and I, we both actually moved back to LA, or moved to LA.
Mm-hmm.
I moved back after Phoenix, and Eugene and Amanda moved to LA, like around the same time, I believe. Actually, maybe you came back 1 year before I moved back from Phoenix.
Yeah. It was while you're finishing
2 years.
Yep.
Yeah, while I was finishing my third year in Phoenix, you all moved back. So I hadn't seen you for that year, for the most part. But then, like, when we came back, like, we kept trying to hang out, and it just wasn't working.
That's the hardest part of being an adult.
Especially in LA. Like, everyone's spread out.
That's
and
the thing.
busy.
If you live on the west side or down south, it's like we're not going to see each other.
It's like a very adult thing. It's like I genuinely need to put things in my calendar if I want things to happen.
That's the only way this podcast happens.
It's true.
It's when you text me and say, when is it?
Yeah.
And then I go into Google Calendar. I'm like, okay.
I'm like, hey, G, when we doing the next one? And you're like, let me get back to you. But no, so what we really did, for those of you listening, we actually scheduled it in our phones every time we were going to hang out. And then once we hung out at that one, we put in for the next one. And then we hung out then, and we put in for the next one. We need to do that again. We fell off 1 week, and then we just never scheduled it again.
Yeah, that is just like a grown married couple's friends. That's just a grown thing.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next? And you got the Google app. Like, that's such a good life hack.
Yeah.
Such a good life tip.
Yo, calendars is the best thing ever.
Yeah, schedule it. Nothing would get done.
No.
If I didn't put it right into the phone.
So true. Man.
And just to nerd out, Google will text you 10 minutes and an hour before like events. Yeah, if you set it up in your preferences. So like it'll be like time to leave or whatever.
Ooh, because I usually just use my iPhone calendar, and I always usually set like a reminder like 1 day before, 2 days before,
Google Calendar,
30
man.
minutes before. Interesting.
You gotta check out that app. I didn't mean to go on a tangent, but
if you're out there and you want to commit to building relationships and hanging out with people, please put it in your calendar. We'll do that.
Tim's
after
Guide to Relationship Building.
Hey,
for couples
put
and for couple
in
and
your
friends.
calendar. It's official. So that's important.
We probably should go we should do some Halloween thing, like a haunted maze or a tour or something.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
That's always fun as couples.
Pumpkin picking?
Did you ever go pumpkin picking as a kid?
No.
The
first time I did it was actually when I started dating Emily. Racial.
And we made that clear. We're not marrying
black
women of color.
No.
Well, black women, yeah.
So, yeah, it was like there are no pumpkin patches in the hood.
You know, it's funny. Like, you introduced her to black things, and she introduces you to white things.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Like, I mean, not to stereotype all of them, but like I growing up didn't have dinner at the table, at all.
That was Sundays for us.
Yeah, maybe one day out of the week, but it wasn't like every night thing. Like, no, like I now eat dinner at the table. Because Emily eats dinner at the table growing up, and I'm like, all right, okay. The TV, she's like, no. I was like, oh. If there's a sporting event on, she'll let me.
Yeah.
But like, it's quality time, you know.
Right. She hadn't seen Pootie Tang. You introduced her to Pootie
Tang. And the Prince of Egypt. No. So I never went pumpkin picking until like the first year we dated, and then we like carved pumpkins, and like I've never done that before until
I think our second year or third year dating, we went to this like pumpkin festival, and that was the only time I'd been around so many pumpkins.
But you want to know something funny? Speaking of that, like Yelp sends me emails like, oh, like this is what's going on. Like it sent me an email this week for like, oh, these are pumpkin picking places in your neighborhood, and I was super excited, and I forwarded it to Emily, and she's like, I was just about to send you that same email. So now.
It's so disgustingly cute.
Right?
It's really gross.
I'm like, thank you for putting me on pumpkin watch, because now.
It's my favorite thing, man.
Yo, I love this time of the year, though. Like, pumpkins. Like, Emily and I went to Trader Joe's, and we literally bought 7 things, all only pumpkin related. Only pumpkin related.
What, coffee?
No. Did we get coffee? No, we got this pumpkin almond milk. Tried that. Pumpkin bread. Bought a decorative pumpkin just to put on our table. Like, a little one for $1.
Out.
Yeah. Pumpkin pancake and waffle mix.
Where did all that go? Because you guys split custody of groceries.
That's not my house.
It's your place.
It's just whatever house you go to that gets it next. So we stopped by my house, and it's all in my spot.
You guys are carving pumpkins next week.
So yeah, if she wants pumpkin pancakes, she needs to come. Oh, you should come over. We'll make breakfast and then we'll have pumpkin pancakes.
Yeah, for sure.
You and Amanda.
By the way, are you have a house?
I do have a house.
Kids coming to trick or treat at your place?
This
That's like very adult.
This
you
is my
and your
first
wife?
year at this house, like, because I moved.
Oh,
in,
really?
I moved in December.
Oh, wow.
So this is my first Halloween. I'm not a Halloween person. I've never really
We weren't growing
celebrated.
up.
You know, my dad's a pastor. You know,
So mine too, yeah.
they always say like, "Oh, that was the devil's holiday."
Yep.
So I never did anything for that. I don't know if kids come in my neighborhood. I would assume there's a lot of kids there.
Right.
So I don't know. I might
Yeah,
turn off the porch lights and tell people not to come. I don't know. Or
And then you'll be that haunted house on
I'll
the
be that
street.
haunted house. Like, don't go to old man OJ's house or something.
Yeah, we could not go trick-or-treating growing up.
Nah. Not at all. My dad kept us in the house.
We were always in church.
Oh, true.
You know, we were in church for Halloween. We were in church for New Year's Eve, midnight watch service. We were in church for Christmas. We never got the cool stuff.
It's true. I was in church a lot. So every Wednesday Bible study, every Friday prayer meeting, every Saturday choir practice, and every Sunday I was the first to get there and last to leave.
Yep.
And then like we got Christmas service, New Year's night vigil watch service.
Yep. Never did the fun stuff.
I've only spent my New Year in a church my whole life.
Really?
Midnight. I'm always in a church. I've never gone to like a New Year's party or anything like that. I'd never kissed no girl at New Year's because if I'm doing it, I'm kissing her like in the church.
Can't be kissing the church.
Behind the pew or something, but no.
But you know what? I guess in your defense, the last 2 New Year's Eves would be the only ones that I've like not been in church, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how growing up.
Yeah, we're growing up, man.
Yeah, man.
We're getting old.
Yeah. Man, almost went to a dark place for a moment. I was like, oh man.
Our eyes clouded over and it got...
Okay, so what I want to do next. So like I said, I was in Phoenix this weekend, specifically Florence, Arizona, which is where Lorenzo's wedding was. And I interviewed him. Interviewed him the night before, after rehearsal, the night before he got married.
Did he have jitters?
I'm going to play it because I asked him, like, how was he feeling the
right.
night before? If he did, I couldn't really tell, but I don't know. He kept it very well. But, yeah. So I interviewed him the night before, and then I interviewed him the day after, the morning after.
Okay.
The morning after.
The morning after he got married.
After he got married.
So they got married, went home, went to bed, and the next
Yep.
morning.
So I interviewed him Thursday
Before and
night.
after.
Yeah, Thursday night. The wedding was Friday, and then I talked to him on Saturday morning as well.
Got it.
All right, so I'm gonna play this, and then you'll get to hear his thoughts. All right now I am here with Lorenzo. I talked about him on a couple previous podcasts, but my boy Lorenzo's getting married literally tomorrow in less than 24 hours. Literally tomorrow in less than 24 hours. I'm his best man. It's my goal, my job, my only reason for existence this week, this day, tomorrow and tonight, is to make sure this guy gets married to his lovely fiancée, Christina. So I guess my question for you, Lorenzo, right now is, how are you feeling the night before you get married? Like, what's going through your mind? How has been today, the past couple of weeks? Because we're literally driving back from the rehearsal dinner right now.
Yeah. No, I feel like, I mean, at this point in time, there's really not much. You don't have that much autonomy other than, you know, either you're gonna go through with it or you're not gonna go through it. I'm obviously gonna go through with it, but like, you know, everything's already been taken care of. I think I was just talking about like how, you know, your mind starts kind of playing tricks on you a little bit, like tries to like make you think about something that, you know, doesn't really matter to anybody or anything. You know, you think about utensils, or you think about, you know, where's the nearest restroom to the venue, or like where you're gonna be sitting at. But really, it's getting in the way of like, this is it. You're finished. You're done. That's it.
You are out the game, my friend.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tomorrow you will be out the game.
Oh man.
Are you excited?
I'm actually glad though. For real, I was never one that was like hardcore, like, you know, going from girl to girl, and I was kind of like at this point before I met my fiance, where I was done, man. I was like, you know, one of those like, I think I'm gonna take a break from this. I think I just gotta take it easy and not really, you know, worry about dating or any of that stuff. Even though I did want to date, I wanted to get out there and, you know, meet some new people and stuff like that. But, you know, now I'm like, I'm good. I'm ready for that next chapter. I'm ready for the next game.
So the game wasn't really for you, right? The dating game wasn't really your thing.
No, it was not, man.
But now, like, you're getting married and you're ready for the next game. Like, you're transitioning. Like, you went from, like, college, NCAA, sports. Now you're going, like, professional, Sunday, NBA, NFL level sports.
There's a lot of mixture of sports there. But yeah, that's for real, though. No, like, it's going big league. Like, you're going pro.
Who's the head coach? You or Christina?
Oh, that's got to be
who? Be careful here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, throw the challenge flag a couple times, but I think I'm for real. She's probably the head coach.
That's the correct answer.
Yeah.
As your best man, any other answer, we would have had to have a separate talk.
Yeah, they'd be like, and they'd still be like, after further review, the ruling on the field stands as called. They'd be like, all right, that's good.
All right, we're gonna cap it here for now, but then I'm gonna try to check in again with Lorenzo tomorrow after the wedding to see how he feels, after he says his vows, after he says I do, and after he kisses her and becomes, become one.
Yeah, one person.
One person. All right, we'll check back in.
All right.
Yeah, man.
That was insightful.
Yeah, it was.
It's a great analogy. You go from college sports to
It's just
pro.
like, I like what he said. Like, it's just it's not necessarily out the game. This is a whole new game.
That's true.
Like, you're at the dating game, and now you're in the
marriage game.
The marriage game. That's a whole different thing. It's a whole different game.
Yeah, we should write our. This podcast is kind of like your manual, and we need to write down. We need to continue this podcast into our marriages to keep the folks updated. But that was very insightful for me.
Yeah,
it made me think of some things I got to get done.
Yeah, like what?
Before, like the utensils, the plates.
Yeah,
all the details,
small
stuff
things like that.
Yeah.
Man, but the funny question was like, oh, who's the head coach? All right.
Okay, so that for the day or like what?
No, the
elaborate
relationship.
On that question.
Like the relationship. Like,
oof.
Who is, once this day comes, like who's the? Because this is funny. This is always the analogy that I was always told with. Like, you can't have, even though like a marriage is a partnership, right?
Right.
You can't have two people driving one car. It just won't work.
Right.
Right? Like, you can't have two people physically in the driver's seat driving the car.
True.
So who...
That's very true.
If you don't believe us, go try it. No, please don't. Please don't. But like, who in your relationship, who's the head honcho or honcha?
Okay, when I first heard the question, I thought you meant that day. I'm like, of course it's her. That's her day. She's the coach of that.
Yeah, we know that. That's not debatable.
Oh gosh, man. This is gonna be a weak answer, but I don't know. I feel like we trade off per our expertise. So like when it comes to adult stuff like taxes and voting and are we going to this event, that's kind of her. And then maybe she'll defer to me for like a new date night idea. We need to do something fun or like kid-like or child. That's a hard question.
Yeah.
Like who calls the shots? That was my dad growing up. I wasn't one of those, my family, my patriarchy was the, dad calls the shots. That's what we're doing.
My dad too. He was the
head coach. That's like the traditional model.
Yeah, it is. But I think times have changed.
Well, who's your head coach? See, that's the same exhale I did.
I think that kind of like what you said to a certain extent. It's going to be kind of like tag team on certain things. I think I'm going to go and say overall, I think it might be me just because Emily is very much like, we're very different in the terms of like, I'm very outspoken and like we went to a Chance the Rapper concert, right? And there was a couple or some people that were sitting like literally 3 feet away from us and they brought a hat and I wanted to buy the hats. I wanted to know how much it was, but it was on Emily's side and I didn't want to yell across. I was like, hey, can you ask them how much the hat cost? She's like, no.
I
was like, come, please. Like, she's like, no. I was like, just just tap them and be like, hey, I have a question. And then I'll ask the question. She's like,
right.
No. Like, so she's very much like, if it's like involving like being in the forefront, like face of a lot of people and, doing a lot of talking and things like that, like that's going to be me. But if it's like behind the scenes, like intellectual, like let's make a rational decision about something,
right?
Probably her.
That's funny. That's both my fiance. She's the forefront speaker, performer, and then she's also behind the scenes intellectual. I'm like, what am I doing? You don't need me. You just go get married, baby.
Just marry yourself. You don't need me.
That's funny about the not leaning over to like the people at chance because she's introverted.
Yeah.
Like her Myers-Briggs, her first letter's I. That's how I am. It is exhausting for me to be around people for too long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like she likes people, but I'm definitely the much more outgoing person in the relationship.
Yeah. I think I think most of the time it tends to be out. Like
and the balance is great.
The
balance, like, sometimes I need to be like, all right, you need to stop talking to strangers, Tim. And I'm like, you're right. I probably should. So,
That reminds me of it. Take it to Georgie.
I still need to watch it.
That's great.
I know you told me, but I'm still scared.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm still scared.
You're not a horror person.
I'm not.
Because you're like cute, and you live in a house. That's a whole different thing.
And by myself.
And by yourself. Yeah.
Like, oh, nah, just I'm not watching it.
If I had a house, I couldn't watch any kind of horror film.
No, I'm not watching it.
But yeah, I don't know who the coach is.
Yeah.
It's probably her. It's probably her.
But question, so when people are still in the game, right, in the dating game, do you think like, and they're just like casual dating at this point, whether it be like one person or multiple people, do you think that there's one person that's the head honcho or honcha in like dating relationship?
I remember I was dating this girl in high school, and my dad was so like cryptic, but he would drop some like wisdom bars in there, but he was so cryptic with it, it was never blatant.
Yeah.
And one day he alluded to like one of us being more into the relationship than the other. I can't remember the thing he said. He was like, I can't remember the exact words or the verbiage, but he was basically insinuating that one of you is more into this relationship, and it's probably you, or whatever. So I do think there's a point in dating where like one is probably a little bit more inclined or like more into it than the other, and then, there comes a point where you got to like decide, this is we're into this, like let's both be committed. Like you have to decide for that to be balanced. But I do think, in general, it's probably a little bit uneven. Yeah, there probably is a head honcho or somebody who's more into it.
I think so. I just think naturally one person is more likely to like decide more of the thing. So like, but it's also funny for Emily and I, like there are certain times where none of us can make a decision because like I'm very much like I'm very easygoing. I don't care, and she's like that too. And I hate that we're both like that. Like
you guys never get anything done.
No, when we first started dating, and it was like, all right, where do you want to go eat dinner? I'm like, I don't care. She's like, oh, I don't care. I'm like, well, you pick. She's like, oh, I don't really, you pick. And I'm just like, all right, we're never gonna eat because like we both can't decide, and none of us cares enough to like really do it. So
you remember that scene in The Notebook where he's like, what do you want? She's like, it's not that easy. And he's like, what do you want? That's usually me and my fiance deciding what day. I'm like, what do you want? She's like, it's not that easy. That's both of you in that meme.
Yeah, exactly.
You're both like, I don't know.
Exactly, man. But I think like when people are dating, there's generally one person who's personality dominates, and I think it's it's important because I've known guys, some of my homeboys. Yeah, I know some of my homeboys who like they're much more chill, and the girl's much more like I'll take lead, I'll take charge.
Right.
And he's just like, all right. And then I know guys who feel like they can't function if they don't. If
they're not in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I got a lot of athlete friends like that. They're like, take charge. They're like not domineering. They're just like, decision makers.
Like I got this.
Strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a time I had this job interview after college, and it was like one of those weird group things. They flew us out to Rhode Island, and they gave us like a group challenge just to see who would like do what in that group.
Yeah.
And there is always like somebody who just like takes charge.
Yeah.
It was not me. Like I'll sit back and observe and know for a while before I.
I get that. Yeah. See.
But that was never me, I guess. So I guess I'm not the head coach. But I am involved behind the scenes.
There you
I
go.
calculate and,
So it's kind of like the director and the producer.
That is a brilliant. Thank you for the compliment too.
You're
That made
welcome.
my day.
You're welcome. I know that's your field. I know that's your field. So I got you.
Tim, you always make me feel good, man. It's not that easy.
It's not that. What do you want? It's not that easy. All right, I think it's a good time to take a break. When we come back, I'll play the second part of my quick chat with Lorenzo and ask him how he feels the morning after being married, day one of the rest of his life. So, hey, new sponsors right now. Actually, reporting live.
Reporting live.
New sponsors: the Pumpkin Outlet, Trader Joe's. I'm just playing. Shout out! Go get your pumpkin goods from Trader Joe's. No, I'm just playing.
We'll be right back. Hear for more from Trader Joe's. Is that not loud to you?
What? Why is that happening now?
Well, because it's a setting in there that I tick something and.
Oh, okay.
I tick something because it helps me sync up the audio in post, but I didn't know it was going to be that loud. And it didn't happen the first time.
Okay.
Anyway, but how does it not affect you?
It does.
It hurt me. It hurt my ears, and you just sat there looking at me like...
It does.
You got some strong eardrums.
I try.
Just...
I try. Welcome back.
Welcome back to Out the Game podcast. I'm Genie. I'm here with my brother.
Tim.
And we're talking about getting married.
Man. Hey, so real quick, I'm whispering because like we're at a park and there's a couple.
I don't care. They're kids and they're caking and they're loud.
They're like on a picnic table underneath a blanket together. You think he's in the game?
When I see
you
that,
think he's in the game? You think he brings like a different girl to the park?
Yeah, that's his Thursday.
Every day. That's his Thursday.
That's his
trip?
Thursday. And when I see that, I'm just like, can y'all please?
They
come
literally
on.
under a blanket at what? 2:15 in the afternoon.
School? Yo, what's going on?
I don't know.
I need to be studying algebra or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is that park that kids come and straight up cake. I'd be like, y'all gone, please.
You over there laughing?
I think I get more. The older I get, the bitter I am. Like, can y'all quit?
It's so true though. Like the older I get,
do that?
like, what's wrong with these kids? I'm like, it's just like random. I don't even know why I do it. I just sound like an old bitter man sometimes.
I think that's what happens. I saw some kids crossing the street. They couldn't even cross the street because they were too busy making. I'm just like, can y'all, please?
Right? That's how I feel when people sag. And like, I used to sag,
Yeah,
but
we're
now
getting old.
it's like, bro, you literally gotta hold your pants as you walk. Like, pull them up. It's a belt. It's easy. You don't let the belt do what your left hand doesn't have to do. Like your belt can hold it up.
We're getting old.
I'm getting old, man.
Anyway, yeah.
Good thing I got out the game now. Anyway, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna play the second part.
Oh yeah, I want to hear from Lorenzo.
Lorenzo,
this is the day after he was married.
This is the day after.
Wedded.
So he got married Friday. This is Saturday morning when I was like saying goodbye to him and getting his tux to drop off for him because I think they headed straight to like the Grand Canyon for their honeymoon.
Oh wow.
I think they're actually coming to LA as well today. The second part of the honeymoon, I think they're going to Disneyland.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're doing
our
big.
podcast is part of their honeymoon.
Our podcast.
Yeah, they're gonna be on our
honeymoon.
podcast.
I should have told him to stop by, but
Right.
I don't want to interrupt his honeymoon. Okay, yeah. So let's play this, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. Okay, it is the morning after
the Garzapalooza.
Yeah.
the Garzapalooza wedding. Just for our listeners, it was one of the craziest weddings ever. Super, super nice in a super fancy barn. It was amazing. But right now, I'm sitting with Lorenzo the morning after here. I'm picking up his tux, so I'm going to drop it off. That's what the best man does.
Yeah, that's good, man.
But I had to ask him, you are now a married man. Like, the ring is on your hand.
Yeah.
How you feeling right now?
I feel great. I don't know if it's all hit me yet. I think it's still one of those things where there's going to be like a delayed reaction. Like I was telling Christina, is like one of these things where, you know, eventually somewhere down the line we're going to be like at a Denny's or something like that, and then be like, oh yeah, and my wife would like, oh damn, you're my wife, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it just, you know, that kind of stuff is gonna kick in. But I mean, I feel fantastic. Our wedding was dope. It was so good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, where are y'all going for your honeymoon?
We're gonna hit up the Grand Canyon, Northern Arizona.
Nice.
And then once we get back to Phoenix, I got a surprise for her, and so we're gonna go somewhere else.
You're so romantic.
So romantic. It's all the rom-coms, dude.
All them rom-coms.
One of our, we had to play like at least 4 times throughout this whole process. We had to play like who's more this or that with trying to see how well we know each other. And then when they asked the question who's more romantic, we were both like, yeah, it's him.
Yeah, exactly. I got this on lockdown.
You're Mr. Romance.
Yeah.
That's all you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know, best of luck in your marriage.
Thanks, man.
Invite me back anytime.
Definitely.
I'll be here.
And best of luck on your engagement, dude.
You know, it's not about me.
And you call me Mr. Romantic.
But what were we saying downstairs? We're talking to my uncle this morning during breakfast. And,
what's up?
And he's like, you're in the marriage game now.
You're in the marriage
So
game.
yeah, the marriage game.
You're not out the game, you're just in a different game.
It's a different
It's
game.
a different game.
It's like you went from playing sorry to playing life.
Oh, all right. And on that note, welcome to life. All right, take it easy.
Brilliant analogy.
Man, when he said it, I was like, damn, that's life.
I'm sorry.
From sorry to life. Like, that's sounds like a jail sentence.
It's funny because I'm very good at sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, baby.
I'm sorry, baby.
I'm sorry. You right. I'm sorry.
It's just life.
From sorry to life.
Man.
That's, what he said is true, though. Like, I feel like it is gradual. They'll be at a Denny's or somewhere and be like, yeah, that's my wife. Because I remember the first time I said fiance, it was so weird.
Yeah.
So right after we got engaged, I was like, what's up, YouTube? Say what's up to my fiance.
Ooh. Nice.
It's funny. I've been saying wifey for a while.
Oh.
I feel like we say that, but wife
I like
is
my wifey.
Yeah,
that's the wifey.
She's always been wifey. But
Yeah,
like, wife
always
is
been
gonna
wifey,
be a different. That's a whole different,
Yeah,
different
man.
ball game. Whole
It's
different
true.
colloquial ball game. How did he look? How did he seem that next day?
He seemed good.
Yeah.
Like,
It sounds like they had a dope wedding.
yeah, it was really dope. Like, so there was their reception. So the whole wedding was at like a winery in Florence, Arizona. Super small town. One hotel, like literally like maybe 3 restaurants. And it was at a winery, and the ceremony was outside, and the reception was in a barn, and the barn was so dope. Like, beautiful lights hanging down. It was just amazing, man. It was like one of the coolest weddings I've been to. So
Y'all turn up?
Oh yeah, we turned up, and it was dope because there's an outside area where there was cornhole. So literally, people was outside like playing cornhole.
It's a good time. It's like
it
a
was
party.
it was a good time.
Real quick, what was the playlist? Give me some of the keys. Give me some of the
Oh,
bangers that
so
you have to
the
play.
song that the bridal train walked down to.
At the reception?
No,
At
at
the
the wedding.
ceremony.
So like after he was like, now I'm pronouncing you Mr. and Mrs. Garza, and like how the processional, is it the processional?
Recessional?
The recessional?
I don't know.
When they walk out.
Yeah.
When we walked out, they played that Jagged Edge.
Let's Get Married?
Let's Get Married.
Oh, he
and
black.
It was dope. It was like, hey. And then like I forgot what the song was when we came into the barn, where the reception was, but like it was something dope as well. Like he played some of the hits though. He had like a lot of those wedding songs. Some R. Kelly.
There are wedding
I think.
standards.
Oh yeah.
R. Kelly's been on that list for 30 years.
Step in the Name of Love.
Yeah.
Like has to be played, I think, at every wedding.
Otherwise, it's not technically a wedding. They don't even give you a wedding license unless they go, was R. Kelly played at the ceremony? You're like, yeah.
Another crazy thing, I didn't know this. As the best man, I got to sign the marriage license as like the first witness.
Wow.
So like I am forever on a part of this marriage. Like my name, my signature is
You
on
handed
it.
the rings and you signed the license.
Bro.
You literally sign a license? You sign a piece of paper?
Like I signed the marriage license.
Where does that happen?
At the reception.
I'm asking because I don't know any of this.
Did you already go get your marriage license?
No, we were talking about that last night. We were like, we got to start.
I think you should get
It
that
was
pretty
just
soon.
one of those days yesterday. We're just like, we got to do this, we got to do that. And
I heard like a
yeah,
month before or something.
Okay, so we have a little bit more than a month.
Yeah.
All right, so we need to do that.
Should look into that.
All right, so Tim, tell me, please, how does this happen? You go to the courthouse.
So yeah, I don't know. I just.
So they had their license and they said, here, Tim, sign it.
Yeah, like, oh, you're the first witness, the best man, you're gonna sign, and then the officiant signed as well, and then they signed.
Okay.
It. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
gonna
yeah.
Photoshop mine.
This is license I made up. Hey, do y'all have a hashtag? So like Lorenzo's was Garza-Palooza 2017.
Mm-hmm. We were playing with hashtags for forever, and we were trying to do, Genie and Amanda, Amanda and Genie, and then an ampersand. We were just playing with a bunch of stuff, and we finally landed on Somos los Staples. We are the Staples. It's like a Spanglish thing, which is kind of like us, whatever. So hashtag Somos los Staples. If you Instagram it, you'll see our first picture of that is the first picture with that hashtag is us like leaving the gym, and then the second hashtag is my mom's. My mom took a photo of the invitations and posted, her sob story on Instagram.
That's right. What's your Instagram for our listeners if they want to follow you?
Instagram is at Genie_Dees, GENIE_DEEZ. And
Dope.
what's your handle?
At picture_Tim.
That's right.
Yeah, at picture, PICTURE_Tim.
So follow us on Instagram because we be posting stuff.
We do.
We put the podcast on our stories sometimes, and we podcast regularly. So follow us on Instagram. You stay up to date with what we're doing.
Record this and put on your story.
I'm gonna put this on my story right now.
Hey, but yeah, man, I'm feeling real good. This is like, you're getting there. It's coming.
Yeah,
Like,
I just feel overwhelmed. That's
you about
all.
to get into that life game.
Yeah, I'm
Out-
graduating from
You out the
sorry to
game
life.
and then in another game.
I think once we get past the wedding, like we will be able to breathe, because right now it's just like, I take on as much production, work as we can, and Amanda takes on as much work as she can, and right now it's just like rushing to get there. But after that calm after the storm, we're really looking forward to that. Like, we're looking forward to like traveling through northern Italy, being able to call each other husband and wife, and then starting 2018 as married folk. That's so weird.
Married folk.
Married folk. That's so
be
weird.
dope. It's gonna be amazing, man.
But yeah, man, it's very overwhelming right now. So for all the brothers listening, sisters too, you're planning your wedding, like, it's totally fine to be overwhelmed and stressed, because that was my yesterday. As long as like you're honest about it and you talk to each other about it, it makes it more manageable. But it's definitely okay to be stressed and overwhelmed, because that was my yesterday. I barely made it through yesterday.
Hey, man, but you did. You did. And
you're right.
It's gonna be all worth it on that night. It's gonna be all worth it on that night. It's gonna be great.
It's crazy. Like, it happens. It just happens during that night. Like, all this pre-production is like over in a day. That's what's so like bizarre
it's
to me.
like
It
all these
culminates in 2 hours.
It's like, I feel like it's like the Olympics. Like, your 3.5 years of training
Yeah.
is for one 100-meter race. So you were trained for 3.5 years for
Right.
9 to 10 seconds,
Yeah.
and that's like that's this. Like,
We're full of analogies and metaphors.
Man.
The Olympics, sorry to life, NCAA to pro
that's the
basketball.
English teacher in me. I'm all about connections and analogies.
That is really that's very true though, because it's like all these months and months of preparation and planning, and then just one day it happens.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to it. That's a lot. It seems like a lot right now, but on the day, it'll be really special. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. All right, bro. It's been another real one.
Thanks for being my friend.
Thanks for being my brother.
This is catharsis for me
Catharsis.
to talk about this and bounce ideas off each other and get support from each other and all that.
Yeah, man.
This is great.
It's all good. I appreciate
And thanks
your
y'all
time.
thanks for listening, y'all.
Appreciate y'all. We were gonna tell him something.
Oh yeah, make sure you I don't know how this works, but make sure you subscribe
Yeah.
so that you get the notification when we have new episodes.
Exactly. We don't want y'all to miss out on what we talk about, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, leave comments and reviews.
Oh yeah.
Under Apple iPod or Apple podcast.
Did you like it? What didn't you like? If you got things you're curious about, maybe that we're dealing with, or like you want us to talk about something,
Yeah,
or you want to be
specific
on the
things.
show, leave a review.
Hey, you already know. Yeah. Tell us what we should hit, when we need to talk about more, talk about less.
Follow us on Instagram.
There you go. At @picture_Tim.
We have a really cool logo, and we're starting to make T-shirts.
Hey.
So if you want an Out the Game T-shirt, and everybody's like, "That's a dope T-shirt. Where'd you get that from?"
Yeah.
Then make sure you subscribe and follow us on Instagram, because maybe we'll do something like for like our inaugural, our fan bases.
That'd be dope.
We'll give you those Out of the Game T-shirts.
I'm looking forward to read these comments and reviews, man. All right, y'all. Take it easy. Until next time, we'll talk to y'all soon.
Peace.
Yeah.